My name is Leah Jelke, and I'm the 2018 North Dakota Teacher of the Year. I currently teach at Fargo South, and I teach English language learners. And all of my students are a mix of 9th through 12th graders. So my piece of advice for teachers who are just starting the profession is to really connect with your students from day one. On the first day of school, I love to go outside and have relay races, do team building exercises, and then I bring all my students together and I talk about what is really important in the classroom and how we as a class can be a family and a team. I tell them that there are 2 important things that they need to bring to my class every single day. The first one is respect, and the second is a positive attitude. And I revisit these themes and ideas throughout the whole year, and I incorporate team building and different types of exercises, relay races, lots of different things throughout the year to really make sure our students understand that we are a team and we're going to work together. My next piece of advice would have to be to structure your classroom so that the students feel like it's their classroom. Students should take leadership. And what I do every day is I have something called the class leader. And students will have to report what they did the day before in front of the class right at the beginning. So I am not actually starting class every single day. The students are actually starting class. And how this works is the students will have a sheet of paper and they'll write down the bell ringer, the activities, the homework, anything that happened that day on this paper. And so the next day, that student who recorded it will go up in front of the class and they will report to the class what we did the day before. Now this also helps with kids who had been absent or were not in class, because then they are understanding what we did the day before without me having to repeat myself and explain everything. So then it rotates to the next person, and I have an alphabetical list on the board, and they just go to the next person, pass the paper off, and then that person is going to be the reporter, and they will record and report for the next day. So it's a really great system to have the students leading and starting the class every day, and that structure has helped immensely in my classroom. And the third and final thing I'd have to say that is so important for you as a new teacher to know is to involve the community in your classroom. Some teachers are afraid to let anybody in watching their class, thinking that they're going to be judged. But when you open your doors to the community, such as college students who want to come in and do observation hours or want to volunteer in your classroom, community members who just want to come in and see what you're doing, it makes a world of difference. My students have connected with the community on so many different levels because I have an open door policy. I've had over 50 to 60 university students in and out of my class already this year, helping with various projects, our writing project being the biggest one. And my students have made connections. They've got jobs through those students, recommending them. They've picked up tutoring from other students, and they've made friends. And it's just an amazing way for the community to see what you're doing inside your classroom and to share with everybody your awesome students. Since I have some amazing colleagues all over the country, I wanted them to also share some of their advice for new teachers starting the profession.
Hey everybody, my name is Lisa Godwin. I'm the North Carolina Teacher of the Year, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what I wish someone would have told me when I first started teaching. Okay, the very first thing I think is the most important is that it is okay to ask for help. A lot of times we feel like if we ask for help that it's a sign of weakness, but actually it's a sign of strength because we're going into a new environment, we're in a new profession, a new career, and we don't know everything that we need to know. So it's important for us to align ourselves with those that are stronger than us, that are wiser than us, that know more about what they're doing, and know that it's okay to ask them for their advice and for their guidance. If you don't have a mentor assigned to you, then look for people in your building that you can trust and that you believe have the right heart for teaching.
I wish I knew that I would never sleep the night before the first day of school because I'm always worried I'm going to oversleep and miss the first day of school.
Hi, I'm Erin Birchall, and I'm the Utah Teacher of the Year to 2018, and we have some advice. So first, I want to just give some good practical advice about some products that will change your life and help your job as a first-year teacher. So the first is Certain Dry Antiperspirant. You will never sweat again. You're welcome. The next is Wrinkle Release. You spray it while the clothes are on you and the wrinkles fall off. Helps you get out the door fast. And dry shampoo. It'll help you get out that door quickly too. Anyway, real advice, I want you to be kind to yourself. You get to make mistakes and you get to not be perfect and you get to learn just like your students. And so I would like you to use the same kindness and grace that you would and mercy that you would give to your students and allow yourself to grow and emerge and evolve and figure out who you are as a teacher. So I also give you full permission to have those days where your lesson plans are like lists on a Post-it note. Don't feel like you have to make everything perfect.
I wish I'd have known as a first-year teacher to beg, borrow, and steal other ideas from other colleagues.
Hi guys, it's Saturday morning in Tennessee and I just finished a fun workout class at my neighborhood rec center. My advice to new teachers is to always remember to take care of yourself. Even in our challenging, time-consuming job of teaching, taking care of yourself should be a priority. Do something that you love, drink lots of water, eat well, get rest so that you can be great for your kids.
Invest in comfortable and supportive shoes. Crazy socks are optional.
As a counselor, I have learned it's a really good idea to have facial tissue that's like a major brand and not the school facial tissue, which is like hard paper.
The most important thing that I can think of as you are a new teacher is for you to get to know your students. You need to know their names and you need to know something about them. You need to build a relationship with them. Remember, you're not their friend, but you do need them to know that you care about them, because when you care about them, then they will care about what they're doing. And that truly helps with everything else as far as the curriculum, as far as classroom management, as far as them respecting you and respecting themselves. So my most important piece of advice to you is to make sure that you know your students and that you build relationships with them. And then everything else usually will fall into place.
My advice for new teachers would be to understand that although the school day may end at 3:30, grading begins for the rest of the day and on all weekends until the summer arrives.
Hello, future teachers. My name is Abby Lyer, and I am a teacher in Northern Virginia. And I had the wonderful pleasure of student teaching with Leah and Cindy Benson at Fargo South High School in 2015. This is my third year teaching, so some things I wish I would have known before I started teaching 3 years ago were, the first one being, I wish I would have known how flexible that you need to be in order to be a teacher. Every day you come in at your contract time or before your first year. You should go before your contract time. And it's really its own day. So be prepared for the best, be prepared for the worst, and everything in between, honestly. And the second piece of advice, or thing I wish I would have known before I started teaching, is I wish I would have known how much the kids take from you, but on the flip side, how much they give you in return. Teaching really is a rewarding profession, and get to know your kids so that they can offer you those things, so that you're not constantly giving, but they can give a little bit back to you.
I wish I would have known how long it would take to just create content for my class, but also how much time expands in the day, like taking on responsibilities like coaching and other groups that you get involved in. It's just amazing how busy you can be throughout a day when you think you're going to have time to do so much.
You will get every seasonal illness that walks through the door. So my suggestion is to take a vitamin C immune system booster and to wash your hands often. And on that note, it is a whole lot easier to tough it out and work than to make sub-plans and find a substitute. Your life will be a whole lot easier if you're able to just tough it out.
Don't take it personal if kids don't like your subject or they don't like you.
Hi, my name is Heidi Crumrine and I'm the 2018 New Hampshire Teacher of the Year. I teach high school English in Concord, New Hampshire. And if I had to give advice to newer or just entering the profession teachers, can be that you have to be flexible in your planning, and I use my location as a perfect example for that. I'm sitting in my car in the grocery store parking lot with my 4-year-old because I've been thinking about making this video forever and I keep getting sidelined by other more important things at school. So I would say flexibility is key, and to have a sense of humor.
As a first-year teacher, you should definitely know that something you should do is always keep a spare pair of Crocs in your cubicle for the days that your feet really hurt.
Hi there, I'm Michelle Cottrell-Williams, the 2018 Virginia Teacher of the Year. So if I could go back to my first-year teacher self, I would be sure to tell her, be patient and generous. They may look grown, but they're still children learning how to be people. If they don't know how to do or speak or act the way you expect, don't get angry. Teach them how. Adjust your expectations. Kindness, compassion, and empathy will keep you sane and grounded. And most importantly, even though they're not quite grown, consider them so and speak to them like you would another adult. It matters because they matter.
I wish I would have known the importance of a sense of humor, having a thick skin, and being able to let everything roll off. I've found that while I have to be serious, I really can't take anything too seriously. So being able to just roll with the punches is really important.
All right, what do I wish I would have known going into teaching? I wish I would have known that it doesn't matter how great your lesson plan is, how much time you spent planning it, or whether it's the worst lesson plan in the world. The students will never remember that. What they will remember is you. So take the time to get to know your students. And when you have those fun dress-up days, have the best costume out there. The kids will remember that. They'll remember you.
My advice for pre-service teachers would be to not be afraid to tell your students when you don't know something, make mistakes in front of them, and show them what adults do when they fail. Failure is this natural part of the learning process that we are so afraid of showing our students, when in reality, our students are going to fail more than they succeed. Don't be afraid to tell them when you don't know an answer. Instead, show them where you go as an adult. What does learning look like after graduation?
Some advice I would have for new teachers is that if something's working in your classroom, don't be afraid to change and adapt. Don't just double down on what's not working, but try something new. It's okay to be flexible.
I'm Ben Walker, and I'm the 2018 Alaska State Teacher of the Year. The best advice from me to new teachers from the student perspective is to really work on that engagement. And to me, true engagement has 3 parts. Number 1, true engagement is hands-on or experiential, meaning you're putting students through a real experience. It could be a role play or a simulation, but they're going through an experience. Number 2 is that it is minds-on, which means it's intellectual. It means they're actually working their brains. And step 3 is that it's hearts-on, which means it's emotional. So there's some sort of emotional attachment to the work that they're doing. It could be, the satisfaction of accomplishing something. It could be the relevancy to their lives. It could be choice. It could be, that they're working on something that's going to have a positive change in the world. Hands-on, hearts-on, minds-on.
Hi, I'm Eileen Sullivan from Iowa. One piece of advice I would have, especially if you're a science teacher, is to always wear your goggles. Don't get caught in an accident because you weren't prepared and safe. Or maybe advice for all of you is don't take yourself too seriously. It's a great job. Don't be too hard on yourself. Everyone needs time to learn and get better. And for sure, be a star finder. Find a minute each day that really shines out to you and will keep you going instead of getting bogged down by all those little details. Good luck, you'll be great.
My advice to you is enjoy every moment, take advantage of every learning opportunity that you can. For example, I'm a 25-year teacher and this is my first year coaching robotics and we are going to the World Championships. I would have never thought in my life that I would be doing something like this, but I am. So when you get the chance to do something different, do it.